Welcome back to IXION, and I am sorry that this episode might be a little bit delayed in the typical release schedule that I have for the episode. I try to release them rather punctually at 4 p.m. 3 p.m. UTC every day, but this one will probably be a bit delayed, yes. The plan for today's episode is very, very simple. Based on the knowledge that leaving one of these events, we're going to send the Maxwell to the collapsed food production district, and we're going to go through the things that happens there, but we are not going to leave, because the moment we leave, the storm moves. And while we're doing that, we're going to send out probes and find mineable nodes, and we're going to stockpile a fair bit of stuff. And we are also, of course, going to be working on the new population sector, so hopefully the episode should be entertaining. Speaking of which, we do need to send out probes, and I'm thinking that it might be good to find the resource nodes that are actually closest to the storm. Then again, this is way too far away. I don't think I'm going to bother with that. Let's find resource nodes up here that are close to us and that we can easily deal with. Silicon. I think we'll just take that one. Iron and carbon for now. We'll start up the game, and Maxwell, you're at the industrial zone wreckage. I want you to go to the collapsed food production district. I'm pretty sure that's where we want to go. So we'll start up the event and we'll go through the motions there, but we will not leave. Also, for those of you who are curious about this chapter, this is going to be a little bit of a spoiler. But then again, you're watching this series, so I don't think you're that worried about being spoiled. And I already did explain how this storm functions. There is a total of 6 of these science event nodes up here, counting the destroyed command center, which we already did. The 6th one is up here. The storm will completely engulf the area up here when you finish the 5th of these. So you cannot finish all 6 of them without having it all engulfed. So my plan is to do the collapsed food production district, then the industrial zone wreckage, and the reactor wreckage. Then we're going to move the Tycoon down to Croc P38 and mine whatever we need. And then we're going to have the science ship start up the event at Croc P38 and have all of our fleet being inside of the Tycoon before we click leave on P38. Because the moment we click leave, the storm will move up. And we'll have to have, well, we do have these 4 POIs over here. There should be one somewhere down here. I can't show you because I don't have a probe currently. So I'm thinking to try and send probes. They are probably going to die quite a bit. But if we can find the POI down here, we can then move the Tycoon from Croc to that POI as soon as the science ship is back on board, which should be rather immediate since the Tycoon will be there, and then the storm will be up here, and this area down here will be clear. I could spoil more than that, but that's basically enough spoilers. The rest you will have to see what happens after that. Now this sector, we are out of alloys here, so I need to do some resource management here. We want Sector 1 to have 200 alloys for hull repairs. Sector 6, yeah, it's fine. But Sector 5, we do want to take in, say, 120 alloys.
The probe has completed its scan.
And the reason for 120 is not 220 is because I need to be able to deconstruct buildings.
At its destination.
Which is probably not that necessary because I know exactly how it's going to look, but still. We also need to manage the fleet stuff. Just let me have a look at that. How are we doing on the incoming... Yeah, we are taking in carbon, we are taking in iron. We can soon start up these. Someone mentioned I could move the carbon or polymer refinery over to the industrial sector, which is it's a distinct option because there is room for it here. I just need to turn it around. It's actually a perfect spot for it. I will probably do that, but before I get to that, we'll need to get the population in this sector down. Because I need more space, and tearing down some of these houses will be kind of a key to that. Yeah, I think we're doing good in terms of things coming in and out of the station, so... Yeah, they have started to get alloys over here, so we can build more demotic quarters. We also need another infirmary. Pause the construction of that, however. Colonic Center is not necessary just yet. Oh, sorry. One moment, please. There we go. Sorry about that. I just had to get an image up. We can restart the game running. Let's see here. So I have that there, and this road goes up there. That is correct. But we should remove some of the road here. Yeah, we have plenty of workers here, so we can enable the other workshop. And then I do want a dock, or rather a docking bay. We'll have a road going like that. We can turn off the power and pause it for now. And underneath that, I just need to have room for a colonization training center. I'm going to pause the construction of that. And I also want to have a drone bay here. Where do I find that? Probably under maintenance.
An accident has occurred in the typhoon.
Now, there is another building that I want to have. Let's see here. We do need batteries in this sector. That might be a good idea. There's a couple of things that I'm going to do up here. Like that road there is completely and utterly irrelevant. Not necessary whatsoever. So we're going to have a workshop. Which handily leaves enough space for a mess hall just there. I'll let them build that workshop actually, because it doesn't... it's not a bad thing to have additional mechs. As you can see, I have a bit of things that I intend to build in this sector. We need to power on this stockpile as well. I'm thinking that it might be a good idea to get that drone bay up. But for that, we need more electronics. So electronics, 612. We need to start up the electronics assembly. Let's do that. We do have silicon. Two of these should... No, one of these actually. I should set two of them to be doing electronics now. And we can also turn on... Do we have enough workers for that? Easily. So we can turn on both steel mills. And things here are actually looking quite okay. In this sector, we also can start tearing down housing. You can go away. I have 7 domotic quarters. I don't need neither of these two. So dismantle that. Because we have a total housing capacity of 637 still, so I can even tear down one more. I won't do that just yet, though. So with that, let's see here. We need to continue in this sector. The electronics is coming in good. We now need to resume the construction of this drone bay. And we can dismantle this drone bay because I don't need... My thought is to have one drone bay in every second sector. And since the drones seem to be picking up stuff rather than delivering stuff, I think the one in Sector 1, and now with another one in Sector 5 is sufficient. We can probably power on another farm. No, wrong button. Robe. No. Yeah, I'm a little bit distracted here. You might be able to tell. I want both of those. Good. Fleet management. Yep. 85 available for collection. Tech. We need tech, and I need to pause the game while I do that. I do want the chemical fusion research upgrade. That one is quite important. Don't need anything there. Don't need this. I was looking at something. I distinctly remember I was looking at something. Oh yes. I want these. Might be a bit late. Docking bay. What did it say? It needed designed instruction. Let's go with that. This infirmary probably isn't needed just yet. Of course, they are having accidents aplenty. But we should be good for the time being. They're also happy. These guys are neutral. Not sure about the time thing there. It looks as if the corpse modifier is hopefully going away. I hope it's not going to become more severe. And yes, if you go into the exterior view, you can actually see the corpses, and I'm kind of avoiding that. They're not very graphic, but still, you can see them, and I kind of feel that that might not be necessary to show. We can tear down that one. Let's put all of the
has completed its scan.
alloys over in that stockpile. Which means I should turn off alloy importing. Probe is done. See if we can find more resources here. Yep, good. And let's start the collapsed food production district. Our sensors have located a section of the Etemenanki drifting in the vacuum of space. Our initial readings are registering a lot of organic debris. Transmission from Maxwell's team. We are on site. This part of the Etemenanki was responsible for the ship's food production. Production was divided into two zones, vegetal and animal. We have also identified a self-contained area generating a heat signature. The area is small, but it is not impossible that some survivors may be sheltering there. So we have 4 options here. And let's see, we're going to start out with investigating the vegetal zone. The Maxwell's team will investigate the food production area dedicated to vegetables to better understand the workings of the Etemenanki. So let's just do that and go back into the ship. They are building the drone bay, good. Okay, so they're not going to, because of the import stuff, let's build another domotic for them. I would speed things up, but at the same time, I don't want it. I need to pay attention to all of this. Next episode might probably contain a bit of pausing. For now, I'm not pausing because we're doing an active science event and I'm building stuff, and while it's obvious what I'm going to build here, I still think people want to see how I'm designing this sector here. I have no idea what I've built. Oh, I remember. I'm pretty sure that I have an alternative. 2 seconds. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze. Yeah, that's exactly what I have there. So an alternative life center there for more happiness. And I'm going to place them there and pause them. Because we also want to have the houses up there.
The crew's trust in your leadership is falling.
Yeah. There is that.
Power supply overloaded.
Okay, I'm going to have to go
Restored.
into the we are at this is what is taking all the power. We need more solar panels.
A probe has completed.
As long as I don't move around, it should be fine. 255. As in 250 polymer, 5 electronics, and yeah. Yep. In we go, and out to launch more probes. Because we need more power. The other point of interest should be up here somewhere. Yep, there it is, but we don't really need that just yet. You know, powering this thing on would be a good idea. How can I conserve more power, I wonder? With difficulty. That's the answer. Can power that one off. Can power that one off. $460. I can't really power off houses because that makes people unhappy. And they don't move out, which is a bit weird. Research. I was going to go for the advanced analytics and then the disruptive study protocols to get 10% more
A
science.
science ship team has completed a task.
Let's launch a probe first. That's a lot of iron. Come on, there we go. Drilling through several layers of debris, the Maxwell's team finally reached the vegetable production area. They were greeted by the floating corpses of UN soldiers and crew. A few district workers seemed to have reached emergency cryopods before depressurization. Hydroponic technology was used aboard the Etemenanki to grow fruits and vegetables in large vertical aisles. Recovered yield reports detail how hierarchical rationing reserved the rarest of foods for higher-ranking crew members. Although the remaining food production facilities are unusable, a few intact storage containers were found by the team. Retrieved resources have been prepared for extraction. Personalized instructions upgrade unlocked for crop farm, and we get 15 science, 261 food, and 235 cryopods. After that, I think we can investigate the animal pets. I'd rather not start collecting that science until I have the technology. Collecting all of that polymer for the new solar panel is going to take a little while when it's 250 that we need. Sector 5 is angry.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
They're starving because I lost power. Well, we'll just have to let it run its course then. We can build this. Doesn't take any power, so that's fine. Neutral, happy, happy. good. Probe. Make them both light green. Thank you. Yeah. How much power does it?
Has completed its scan.
Docking bay need 14. Okay, let's resume this. That's that technology done. Science ship, we can do disruptive study protocols. I know I can queue. I am not queuing on purpose, actually. 73 food is required to feed. Oh, is this sector still on generous? Ah, yeah, it is. Go back to restricted, guys. You don't need that much food. There are limits to my generosity when we are struggling in space. Okay, I need to power on this. They are building the Lunicalism Memorial, that's good. Well, these are busy driving things out. I would really like that to be
A
demolished.
science ship team has completed a task.
Okay, there's whimpering here. The production area has been gutted for several hundred meters. The huge amount of floating carcasses has made it difficult for the team to differentiate between what is animal and what is not. Now, the team did find several working cryopods and have prepared these for extraction. Production seems mainly to have been galliform, though there are signs that rarer meats were produced. The Maxwell's team wishes to specifically note that they found a cryopod containing a dog. The owner seems to have decided that the animal's life was more important than their own. Their corpse hangs on to the pod. So we get 26 signs and 204 more cryopods. And a dog. Bypassing security memories, or measures. And what that says is... Let me see here. I think it's a plus 13. Kaiser cipher. Even poor Lyra, your greatest asset, was afraid to finish the bowl because she knew what you would use it to do. The Maxwell's team will bring the dog aboard the Tycoon. So, the text there, HYHQSS, RU bolded, and so forth, that is saying exactly what I just read out for you guys. We shall indeed provide a new home for the dog. How is things going in here? Solar panels almost there.
A probe has completed its scan.
Don't have enough polymer left though, but there's ice down there. And a lot of silicon there. I feel there's enough ice. The silicon is what I want now. You guys would be so kind as to hurry up with that, I would be most appreciative. Back to happy, they have been fed, and +2, that's nice. This sector could use a little bit more happiness, but It doesn't. It seems that the corpse thing is floating around the station. It's just a timer that goes around and around. I think we have enough ice. You guys don't need to collect more ice currently. It's fine. And you can start mining silicon instead. Actually, no. Mine iron. Just leave that at 2. Did I turn off? I did. Sheesh. I thought something was weird.
A science ship team has completed a task.
A transmission from Eden. Administrator, I did not expect this decision. I would remind you that Dolos regulations prohibit animals on board the Tycoon. I do postulate, however, that the animal's presence may be good for crew morale. Now we're going to invasively breach the self-contained area. Maxwell's team will breach the self-contained area, prioritizing Dolos crew's safety over any presumed survivors. They are most likely already dead.
A probe has completed its scan.
I am curious, though, as to will drones come in and deliver things here? I'm also curious if I can make them use less power. No, but I can definitely make more drones per bay. Quite a bit of them too, by the looks of it. So we have 59 science. I do want chemical fusion. But we're going to go with nanofilters.
Has occurred in the Tycoon.
Just going to check quickly. Panel purification might also be a good idea. This is not that relevant. Also the power. Yay. I have 2 steel mills, so woohoo. -8 power for 75 science. No, 65. I do math good, yes. I do know we need that. No, I think we're going to go with the nanofilters for now. Getting electronics 20% faster, that's definitely beneficial. We have housing for 273 people in the sector. Our working conditions are good currently. Still waiting for that solar panel to get up and running, which means that the polymer refinery need to work faster. Speaking of which, one thing that I can do is to actually build another polymer refinery. Could also set these to produce polymer. Do I have a stockpile set to that? No. That would require a bit of fiddling on my part to move things around in these stockpiles, and I don't think that I want to do that right now. Could build a stockpile there.
A new request awaits your attention.
For now, no. Administrator.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Thank you. Administrator, inconsistencies were detected within a crew member's DLS records. After reviewing the data, I have found that the crew member is actually a dog, a Borzoi to be exact. I have not discovered how it came to be on board. Its mere presence violates several health protocols. I will say that it does seem to be proving extremely beneficial for crew morale. A decision must be made concerning the animal's fate. But who would want a dog on board? Officially recognize the dog as a member of the crew. That's nice. +1 permanent stability bonus. +1 dog. Okay, so we've done that event. Upon breaching the area, the crew of the Maxwell discovered the corpse of a young soldier. Their diary indicates that they were part way through some type of rite of passage when the Etemenanki was attacked. They found themselves trapped in this area with some engineers. There are signs of cannibalism on the remains of the few other corpses present. Further diary entries portray an individual sinking into dementia, blaming Dolos and the Ashtangites for the misfortunes that had befallen them, and for the loss of the Earth. The team has concluded that this was a place of indoctrination for the surrounding production zone workers. Remains of a statue dedicated to the glory of the Etemenanki commanders were found, as well as other art pieces aimed at condemning the enemies of humanity, Dolos and the Ashtangites. We get 10 science, and now we can leave, but we're not going to leave, we're going to do this. And the science ship is going to stay here for a bit until I'm ready to allow the storm to move. Okay, so there is silicon here somewhere. And there's a lot of ice there. Anything else? Yeah, here. Ice. Silicon. Can I get both? No, but I can get ice and... Oh. Right, I managed to right click. Okay, trying to find that again. Silicon... Come on. I had it. There. Okay, the next thing we want to build in this sector is a medium stockpile, which we're going to build here, and it's going to be set to accept alloys. As well as that, we are going to need a small stockpile. We will build there. We are going to power it off, but it will be accepting cryopods. We've retrieved all the science from the collapsed food production district. That's good. 565. Do we have enough? Yes, we do. Let's power on this. And Deltoid and Bardish. Here's some locations for you to work from. We'll set one of you to mine silicon, and the other one can mine iron for now. Then we need to take a look at sector 2. I need to monitor the docking bay so that I don't clog it up. Solar panels are already almost done. Or I would have to pause them to get some more hull points, because the hull integrity is not in a good state currently. There we go. Power that on. And more houses. I also want to start building batteries in here. I think we can power this thing on. How is our worker situation? It's quite good.
A probe has completed its scan.
Let's transfer 50 workers from Sector 1 to Sector 5. Start migration. And after that, we will also go here and we'll take cryonic pods in Sector 5, yes. Accept all of them. Sector 1 cryonic pods minimum. 2, 5, 6. All of them have cryonic pods on, and they're going to be transferred here. Good. Need to power this one as well. So we are still not in the best spot for power. I might need to research the upgrades for the solar panels, actually. So, yeah, thermal regulation it is. Polymer cost. That might actually be worth it now, but it seems like such a waste to spend 30, like, we have 1,000 something carbon just here, and I haven't even located all of the nodes down here, so I don't think I'm going to waste 30 science points on that. If I had done it earlier, then maybe, but no. I don't feel that carbon and polymer is a major concern, really. The game seems to give us ample of both. So, yeah, we're waiting for things to build and so forth. Now, we do have a lot more space for alloys in the sector though, so we can probably up the alloy import to, say, 250? To 260, 280. Yeah, the drones are coming out, and the drones are coming in.
Population transfer complete.
I'm gonna follow them and see what sector they actually go to. Thermal regulation has been unlocked. Okay, so that one went there to pick up cryopods, and the other one is going in here to pick up iron. Yeah, these are way faster than trucks. But it seems that only one drone can be active per cargo or stockpile at a time. That's a bit disappointing. So we actually do need to have more than one stockpile for alloys in the sector. I'm going to have to build another temporary stockpile for cryopods here, because I want to transfer all the cryopods from Sector 1 to Sector 3. I also think that we can turn that off for the time being. These two refineries need to get rid of all this carbon first, and I don't want the docking bay to be clogged up. We could... Nah, we don't want to start importing ice to the sector. More probings. That might have sounded wrong. Je ne regrette rien. Je ne regrette rien. My response to that. Okay, so we are getting the alloys in. That's good. Do I want to resume this? Yes, I think I do, actually. Now, I do have a question for you guys. Do you want me to mine the stuff and continue to build the stuff in this sector off camera, now that you guys know what I intend to do here, and then start recording the next episode for tomorrow when I'm ready to move from the collapsed food production district? Or do you want me to record and use the pause function while I do those things, so that I can give periodical updates on things I do when it comes to resource management, fleet management, and so forth? I think you are getting the idea here of what I'm doing. I'm very distinctly prioritizing one thing at a time, so that I can keep 100% track of what is going in and out of, or rather in to the station, so as not to clog up my my docking base. but that is a very relevant question for me to ask, because I do want to know what would be the preference here. And I know that I'm going to get different answers to that. Some will prefer the one, and some will prefer the other.
Probe has completed its scan.
But I'll make a decision based on maybe not just majority, but I'll make a decision based on what I see and so forth. So if you have an opinion on it, then please do leave it in the comment section so that I have something solid to base my decision upon in regards to feedback from as many as possible. Okay.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
I think we can have the kangaroo be present here. And the kangaroo is going to be responsible for bringing in cryopods to the sector, but I'm not going to bring in more cryopods for a time yet. We can start heat recovery, please. We can start unfreezing or thawing. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
A probe has completed its scan.
Thankfully that's going to be done before. If that had happened in the feeding cycle, that would have been bad.
Administrator, you can implement a new policy.
Let's avoid that happening again, because that could be rather inconvenient. Ample workers, good. Intense propaganda, I don't think that's necessary yet. Let's restrict the food access. Thanks to the dog, every sector should now be happy. Most of them, no. Actually, 2 of them on +1, 2 of them on +2. I also need to implement the waste policy in this sector. And this stockpile here should be responsible for dealing with waste. This sector is actually the most critical sector when it comes to dealing with waste, because of the sheer amount of... we need all of these. That one is nice too. But I need to let more science accrue first. So yeah, this sector is the most critical one for waste, because we're going to have a lot of people in this sector. This sector is literally going to be living quarters. All of this, those 2 up there, maybe even more down here. Depends on what I think I need and not. I do believe that I can... Yeah, I can fit 3 behind the Colony Training Center, for instance. Which is another nearly 300. 200 and... What? 200 and... 91, 82, 73, 273 I can put down there. Okay, this will just have to be left like that, because I need this to finish before we can do anything else. But yeah, I think we're going to wrap up the episode around here, and before we do, I shall launch another probe, and I'll probably play a little bit off camera, just to let the carbon polymer refineries fill up this one, so we can build another solar panel, because we 275, it's getting expensive, because we do need more power badly. So I'll probably just let the game run for a bit while I do that. There shouldn't be anything critical happening. If there is, I'll write it down so that I can tell you guys about it in the episode tomorrow. But yeah, for now, if you have any questions and or comments, then please do feel free to leave those down in the comment section below. If you don't have any questions and comments, as per usual, just a little emoji would be very appreciated for appeasing the YouTube algorithm gods. I hope that you enjoyed the episode. Please do leave some feedback on the question that I asked about 6 minutes ago. And I hope to see you all in the next one.